In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, all of us are trying and struggling to achieve something to become a successful person. That's nice. That's our right. We should have been doing that. Now, every time we come across any sort of failure or setback, we become somewhat disheartened. We don't feel good at all. Actually, nobody feels good, but most of the people, they don't make many attempts, and even if they do it half-heartedly, not wholeheartedly. As far these unsuccessful attempts of ours are concerned, these are actually making us not, these people are actually getting our enthusiasm evaporated. Due to that reason, dear friends, we fail to succeed to move forward. You might have heard the name of Jack Ma. Jack Ma is one of the greatest businessmen in the world today, and he is the richest person in the China. Chinese has produced maybe more billionaires. There are more billionaires in China today as compared to other countries in the world. So this Chinese businessman whose name is Jack Ma, he says that I applied for 23 jobs. 23 jobs. He might have done it over a period of maybe a year or more than that. But he said that I could not succeed anywhere else at all. 23 attempts for what? To get a very small job. The job of a KFC waiter, the job of a police constable, etc. etc. So he was applying for the smaller jobs, but he could not succeed. Later on, he decided to start a business. He was not having money, but somehow he did get some money for the sake of business. But then he kept trying. He kept working. Today, the whole of the world knows him, and he is one of the richest person in the world, one of the top few businessmen in the world. You know, dear friend, look at the life of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was an American president, and he was not an ordinary president, rather, he was a very, very prominent president of America. Abraham Lincoln could not succeed till he became the president. He tried, attempted for several positions in the country, in his locality, but he could not succeed. He could not succeed on the one hand, but he did not lose his patience, did not lose his courage at all. He kept maintained his enthusiasm on the one hand. On the other hand, he tried to improve his plan on a constant basis. Every time, every unsuccessful attempt made him even more stronger, made him even more wise, because he was the man who learnt out of every experience he had to undergo. He learnt a lot. Of, he learnt a lot from every mistake he made. He learnt tremendously out of every attempt he made for any success. Dear friends, he kept failing, he kept failing, he kept failing. But he thought it's not a failure, and it was not a failure at all. He only thought that this is my learning. I am just improving myself. I'm trying to become better and even more better person. So that was his attitude. He maintained his enthusiasm, and he kept learning out of every mistake he made. As the result of the two of these things, he ultimately got what was the best in the whole of America? Being the president of America. That is really, really, really a great honor. One of the greatest honors in the world, dear friends. So, there was a king who wanted to conquer a country, made many, many, many attempts and onslaughts, but he could not succeed. Then he was sitting in his tent when he saw a spider is trying to touch the roof, to reach the roof, but it is not succeeding. The spider kept falling and fell maybe for 18 or 19 times, did not lose heart, kept trying, ultimately succeeded. The king thought, if at all a spider can do that, I'm a human being and I need to learn something from this spider. He made another attempt and he did succeed in that next attempt of him. Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan, we can succeed, and definitely, rather, I shall say we will succeed. The only thing which is needed is that we need to keep trying on the one hand. We shouldn't be losing our courage, our confidence, our enthusiasm on the other hand. Not only this thing, rather, we need to we need to keep improving our policy, our strategy, our way of working, our planning, our methodology, our strategy. We need to keep improving it. We need to keep making it more and more pragmatic, more and more doable, and that is the only way we can succeed. The success will be ours if at all we do adopt whatever had been adopted by whom? By Jack Ma, the Chinese billionaire, and by whom? By Abraham Lincoln, a famous President of America. Now look upon the situation from another angle. If at all we look around us, there are several people who are very successful today, who are very rich today, but they were not very successful, they were not very rich, rather they were poor. They have achieved a lot, they have succeeded a lot, they have traveled a lot. Today, wherever they are standing, it is something like a great honor for them. If at all we do look upon their life, it's not like that they have succeeded in whatever they have attempted. Rather, they made many and many and many unsuccessful attempts. In other words, they failed and they failed a lot, but they could not take this failure upon their heart. They did not lose their enthusiasm, rather, they kept learning, and this learning of theirs, this being enthusiastic attitude of theirs, this being so desperate to learn out of their attempts, this is what has made them quite a successful person. Thank you.